Yeah, there's this story in this book I love to read about a guy named Gideon who was going through a tough time, and he had a battle to go fight, and he had a group of people with him, and God told him that you got too many, so get rid of. And he got rid of a bunch of them, and then God said, you still have too many, so get rid of some more. And so he got rid of some more, and we had that experience happen to us this last week where, we got two guys that were already out, and then, after the Oklahoma State game, we had Abdi's foot x-rayed, and he had a stress fracture, so he had surgery today, so he was out. And then today at shoot around, there was a freak thing that I don't know, we don't even know what it is, but it took Kamari out of the game. And but we told the guys, just like Gideon, God told him he had enough. We told the guys we had enough, and we just had the battle. And at the end of the day, we was going to win. And when we won, God was going to get all the honor and the glory. So all honor and glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Coach, can you expand on any timelines for Abdi and Kamari?
No, not really. They tell you 4 to 6 weeks with Abdi. Kamari's day to day, just like Elias. So.
To see them step up when 0-5 to start Big 12 play and have that more adversity come towards you, just to see them step up and get this win.
Yeah, no, I'm super proud of them, and I'd have been proud of them if we was 5-0 and this happened. Just to see what these dudes there. I've said this, like, we got high character guys, and they show up every day and they bring energy, and we're learning how to just move on to the next thing. And even with this win tonight, we have to watch it. We got to keep getting better, but we're super proud of the effort, the grit, the toughness. Utah, man, Brown was so good, and he just kept making tough shots, but we just kept fighting and battling, and I thought we wore them down a little bit. And if they finished the game 1 for 7 from the field, missing shots they were making earlier, and because of our resilience and our toughness.
Was there a moment when you told PJ to take over, or does he just do that?
Well, no, I mean, we found a mismatch. Brown gets 4 foul. We weren't getting enough paint points. We can't rely on making 10 threes in 2 halves, right? So at halftime, when it's 26-8 paint points, you're like, man, the only reason we're in the game is because we made 10 threes. That's not going to happen in the second half, right? We have to own the paint, and we have to keep them out of the paint. And I think the game finished 40-32, so we closed that margin, and that was important.
How do you think you guys went about winning the game on that last defensive stop?
The one with the 6 seconds, or the one before that where Nate got fouled?
Yeah, the one where they missed, and then you get the rebound, you win the game.
Yeah, we just made him take a tough one. It looked good though in the air. I was like, oh crap. We contemplated fouling, but with the continuation in college, it's so hard. You hit them and then they get another step, or the ref doesn't call it on the foul, it calls it after, so there's a lot of changes. So but just I thought we made him take a tough one, and then we went and got the rebound with 4 guards and Taj. And how about Taj Manning playing 34 minutes? And Taj has been averaging a rebound every 3.5 minutes he's on the floor, and tonight 34 minutes he only had 4 rebounds, but he did such a great job of blocking out number 32 or number 7, who it was, to allow the guards to come in and get rebounds. And he just battled, man. So proud of him.
But long term, what's the thing you need to focus on most to make up for losing Abdi's production?
I don't know if there's any any one thing. Guys got to step up, and all of them are on scholarship. So they all, they can all play. And now their opportunities here. And so I thought Andre did a great job when he came in and made a couple big shots. He doesn't make them, and we don't win this game. And so everybody's gonna get an opportunity now. The next guy up, and we just need next person to step up, and then like just keep battling, man. Just keep battling. This league is unforgiving.
Coach, you may have partially already answered this question, but you said before the conference season started that this team could either be 5-1 or 1-5. So now that you're 1-5 and knowing what you know now, what's the state of this team?
We got to move on to the next game. It's like our mentality is not bad. Our just our resolve is not bad. We got, like I said, once again, having high character guys who show up every day and they work at it and they care about each other and they're starting to show they care about each other on the court as much as they do off the court. You just got to keep grinding, man. I wouldn't be surprised if there are multiple teams who are 1 and whatever right now that end up, 5 or 6 games from now being 2 games below 500 or whatever it is. There's like it can turn and the schedule, right? Like who you play, where you play them, when you play. That it changes. And man, on any night, anybody can beat anyone in this league, and that's why we can go back and look at some games and say, man, we could be 3-3 right now, right? Like with some just a couple of plays here and there, but you can't change that. So now you got to move on to the next thing and say, hey, let's get the next win, right? Whatever it is, let's do what we got to do to try and get the next one. So
Castillo was obviously ready to start based off of how hot he was in the first couple minutes, but when you told him that what was happening with Abdi, did you see that in his eyes, in his face, like he was ready for this opportunity?
Well, I just asked him, like, what is going to allow you to play the best? You want to start or you want to keep coming off the bench? And he said, I want to start. I said, okay. David's ready, man. He's ready. Like, he works really hard, and I was really proud of how, he started the game, and I'm proud of how he's learning how to move on from mistakes, because he's such a perfectionist, right? He wants to do everything perfect, and, so he's growing in that area, but so proud of him.
I think PJ is a textbook definition of being the head of the snake, especially in that second half.
Yeah, early in the second half, they did a really good job of keeping 2 guys on him, underneath him, going underneath the ball screen. I thought later we did a better job of moving those guys around, which allowed him to get better angles. But his resilience and toughness to just keep driving guys, playing through contact and not letting it stop him. That's got to be commended for that.
And you touched on Kostic a little bit, but CJ as well, just those 2 in particular, to be ready for this opportunity when you were shorthanded. What can you say about them?
Yeah, just high character kids who care and they work hard every day. And Coach Peterson, staff's been doing a great job with Andre, just helping him grow and mature as a player, and just keeping him ready to play. And you see him, he walks in and he feels he's open and he feels he can make the shot, and that confidence is a special thing.
With being shorthanded today, are you expecting either Moby or Elias to be back at some point this season?
Yeah, I just wait for them to tell me, what's going on. I let these guys know I love them, I care about them, I want them to be healthy, right, for their future, and whatever they tell me they need for them to be, healthy and ready to return, or maybe whatever it is, I just go by that. And I had an old coaching friend named Sylvester Anderson. He used to say all the time, you can only coach the guys who are here, and that's what we do every day. We see who shows up and we coach the ones who are there. And but hey, I want to say this though. I just really want to thank the students, man. They showed up for us. If they're not here like they are tonight and as loud as they were, we don't win this game. And so, God gets the glory. Students get some of the credit for making this a great environment. Looking forward to Saturday's environment.
I was also curious. David said that those guys who are out have been helpful in encouraging them in practice. Is there a reason why they're not here for the games?
Well, Abdi had surgery today, so he was at practice yesterday, and he wasn't here today at shoot-around. and the other two guys, like I said, I can't really talk about their situation, but when they're at practice, they're good. Being at the game sometimes could set them back in whatever it is they're dealing with. So.
Okay. And just getting the first win, what was the relief like in the locker room to experience a win again?
Yeah, no, winning, man, it was great. Great. Feel great. Thankful, and we just, like I said, we got to keep moving forward. But like getting off, it is. It's just it just builds, as you're on that thing, and so I was very, very happy with the win. So.
I mean, all the focus is on tonight in this win, but moving forward to Saturday, big game. What can this mean moving forward to build that confidence?
Yeah, well, winning and getting to play another game, you guys, we're going to be fired up, and regardless who we're playing next, and every game is a big game. I know this next game because somebody told me which game it is because I didn't know. I know this next game is really important to our fans. So, but for us, every game's a big game.
Have you looked at Kansas so far? Have you gotten eyes on them? Just your thoughts on them?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen every team in the league and watched them, and so I don't really have a lot of thoughts on them. I know my prayers go out to Coach Self, who's not with the team today, and just pray that he is doing well and healthy and gets back on the sideline. College basketball is better with Bill Self involved.
I don't think we've asked you this yet, but last game out you started at 9 p.m. Today's 8. Kansas is playing right now. What's it like dealing with these super late tip-off times that come with the Big 12 being as big as it is right now?
Yeah, there's issues with either way. Surprisingly, I felt like pretty good the Oklahoma State game. Physically, like it was. We had a shoot around, we did our pregame stuff, and, I got to relax a little bit, watch some last minute film or whatever and get ready for the game. So surprisingly, I thought I'd be like drained, like, man, all day long you're waiting on it and stuff. And it wasn't quite as bad for me. I don't know with the players, but I mean, we talk a lot about, student athlete welfare and all of that, and I don't know that playing 9 o'clock at night on the road when they have school the next day and all that is really thinking about their welfare, and obviously we have to play at certain times because the TV pays the money, but I think somehow we can get some of this under control and play at a decent time, and because those dudes are not getting back till way after midnight and they lose an hour, and then for us school starts tomorrow. It started today, but like really they get locked in tomorrow, and I don't know what it is for those guys, but it's just it's not easy on the student athletes.
Anything else for Coach? Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.